Okay, well, welcome again to the Carriage House Studios interview session. Today we have a group called Raging Wood, and yes, it means just that. So, but probably one of the more entertaining groups we find here in western Wisconsin, and I wanted to bring them in and talk to them individually, and as a group, kind of get an idea, who they are, what they do, and give them a chance to expound upon their virtues and then make fun of each other publicly.
We're good at that.
Yeah. Okay. Good. Anyway.
Next in line we have Mikey, Mike Phelan, another great friend, known him forever. Our dads were best friends growing up, so we go back further than either one of us can remember, I think.
Yeah. So you don't really have much connection with anybody here.
No,
this
not
is
at all.
Strictly a professional, okay.
We're all family.
You sort of keep them all at arm's length, and
this
okay.
is definitely family.
Except for me.
Mike's guitar player, jack of all trades, really. This guy's got bongos and harmonicas and saxophones and accordions and keyboards and guitars and
electronics.
He knows how to play it.
You name it, he can play it. It's great having him in the band, and he brings such a spice to the band that's so different. And I love him for that. Great guy. You got anything to say, Mikey?
Thanks.
Mike doesn't speak any English, but we
Give him another beer.
He is the quiet one in the band.
Super quiet.
Okay, and now the real attraction of the group.
Yes, the person that takes the ugly out of the band. Young Miss Bree Webster. She is a singer in the band. She does lead and backup vocals. A good friend of mine is her brother Abe.
So she's
and
family too.
She's family. Well, the funny thing that you say that is Abe and I kind of call each other brothers. Everybody thinks we're brothers because we're both just big and ugly.
They look so much alike. They walk alike. They talk alike. They act alike. They're like twins. It's crazy.
Yep. So whenever anybody asks, how I met Bree, I just say she's my little sister. Mm-hmm. So you joined the band. We'd been together maybe a year. And your first show was with us at P-Wise, right?
Yep.
And how that came about was we were at the Dallas House. I think we were just drinking. I don't think we were playing that day.
You actually played.
Did we? Was it after a show?
Yep. I had my son at the time. I was staying at my mom's that weekend. Abe snuck me out, and he said, "Come see these guys." I maybe had met you a couple times before that, and I know that Abe was bugging you. You got to hear my sister sing. You got to hear my sister sing. And he'd been bugging you and bugging you and bugging you. And finally, Abe snuck me out, and I watched you play, and we had fun. And then you guys were done, and it was the end of the night, and everybody left.
I do remember that now.
Everybody left, and
Jimmy G and I were sitting at the bar.
Yep. And Abe goes, "Put your song on the jukebox. And
yep.
Go stand by Dewey and Jimmy and sing." And I put Susan Tedeschi, It Hurts So Bad, on the jukebox, and went and sat next to you, and you're like, "Okay, you're in."
It didn't quite work that easy.
Perception here.
No, you're definitely right. I mean, that's what I was thinking.
Yeah.
But Jimmy G at the time was a guitar player in the band. Phenomenal guitar player. Maybe one of the best I've ever seen. Definitely one of the best I've ever had an opportunity to play with.
Absolutely.
A phenomenal guy. Great guy. Unfortunately, he's no longer in the band, which kind of bums us all out. We do miss him, but he really had a rule in his history of playing music. No women in the band. Yeah. They bring nothing but problems. It causes trouble.
Yeah.
And Bree, that's why we brought you here, because this is an intervention.
I got no problem with this, Meyer.
Okay, now, we always leave the drummer for last. That's kind of a rule I've learned in time. So, introduce us to Jimmy.
All right, we've got
a lot of time now.
Thank you. We'll see you.
Another great friend of many years. I met Jim back in probably '94, right after I came off a tour with Pink Floyd.
Yep, Eureka Bar, maybe.
Eureka Bar, yeah.
He was a bartender, I was a drinker.
Yeah.
Still am.
Yeah, I'm still contributing to his delinquency. Good friend Jimmy Lammert. We call him Jimmy Jack. He's a Jack Daniels drinker. There ain't a bottle of Jack he's ever been afraid of that I've seen.
I think I just learned your last
He's our
name right now.
timekeeper, our drummer, our good friend. Jimmy, what do you got to say, buddy?
Well, it sure is nice to be in this band with you guys, I'll tell you that. It's been a rough time for me because I've never really been in a real band before.
Well, you still haven't.
I know. We drank. That's a real band. No, it's just nice to be with a group of people like you. Everybody's so talented, and we just have fun. That's all there is to it.
Bottom line.
That's kind of the theme or the rule of this band is it has to be fun for us. We've talked about this plenty, and we really feel that if we're not having fun, if we're mad at each other, if we've got attitude problems, that goes out into the crowd, and people pick up on that vibe, and it's really important to just get up there. If you screw up, play through it, laugh it off, joke about it in between songs, have fun.
Yep.
If you're having fun, the crowd's going to have fun.
Yep.
Well, if you're looking on your band page, you did that New Year's Eve. You did exactly that. The energy came off of the stage, hit the crowd, and came right back to you. If you listen to it, you can hear all the background. These people were having fun. I know. I was taking the film.
You know, and that's so funny. I think if you asked any of us, we might say that was one of the worst shows that we've ever done.
Yep.
Each personally all had major issues and
We were
problems.
plagued from the start.
Yep.
Yeah, it just one thing after another, from guitar problems and technical problems to
Cymbals falling.
yeah, you know, bad
But,
sound
you know,
and monitor. And,
But having no talent whatsoever to do what you do, being stuck on the sidelines listening, didn't see any of it.
right, and
And I
that's,
look for it.
that's kind of what I wanted to bring up is that we were all really frustrated and disappointed, and we walked away from that show, you know, kind of hurting inside because we were disappointed in ourselves.
Mm-hmm.
And then through this miracle of friends like you who saw the potential and what was going on and had the, you know, I don't know if the ability is the right word, but the just the constitution to film it, go home and make a video out of one of our original songs, where I'm driving down the road in my semi a week later, and Rick calls me, he sends me this email with a link, and I go to it, and I'm driving down the road, and I must have listened to it 10 times in a row.
Cool.
And I was
Now,
just
do you remember all the
thrilled.
words now?
He could understand it.
I was absolutely thrilled. And then I looked at a montage that Rick did, and I was to myself, wow, it really wasn't that bad. So that really built my confidence in that. The way I feel is that was probably one of our worst shows ever. And going back and seeing the video recordings of that show, it was pretty good. So I got to believe that when we go out and we don't have any problems and we have one of our best shows ever, we're really going to kick some butt.
That was our worst.
Yeah.
We can only get better from there.
But not to be real downer, but that will be the only night ever that the camera won't work.
Trust me, that is this band.
You'll be a legend in your own mind,
Yeah,
but you know.
That's definitely how this band works.